Hi, this is Murray from Second Time Tech, and today I'm going to tell you why it's been taking me so long to get a video out. And basically what it is I keep tearing apart my studio. And it's because my studio is so small, and every time I set it up, about 2 weeks, 3 weeks later, I find out that it's not working for me. And it's because I keep adding things to, like, on top of my desk or something like this, and then I end up with no room to be able to do anything. It's quite frustrating. So what I'm trying to do is to figure out a way that I can do what I want to do with less stuff close to me. So I put my smaller TV monitor back in here, and above it I'm going to put a good size heavy duty shelf there, and from that shelf what I'm going to do is I'm going to hang my lights from it, and there'll be one on each side of the TV so I get better lighting. And the other thing is I'm going to put some arms up there for microphones and for camera, and then that way there it'll be like straight in front of me as opposed to off to the side, because a lot of times I noticed on my videos I've been looking off to the side a lot. So I'm trying to get it so I can look straight ahead at the monitor that's in front of me whenever I'm talking about things, because I put information on the monitor to remind me what to say and whatnot. But my biggest thing is to get rid of stuff that I'm not using, and get them put away so that whenever, if I do end up with a bigger place, because my wife and I are talking about changing things around in this house so that we can have like a bigger room for a den, which basically what this is my den-ish type studio. So the other thing is to get stuff off this desk, and I have a cabinet over there. It's called Secretary, and it's quite high. It's about 4.5 feet high, and I've got a monitor sitting like right there, and it's only 22 inch. So I put it there because it's hard for me to see the text on it. So if I put it up on top of the Secretary, I'm not going to see the text very well. But I can change the resolution on it or do something to it in order to increase the size of it so I can see it better, and just lay out the things different, because I like keeping track of what the temperatures are and what time it is and what the CPU is doing and things like that, and if anything's coming up on the browser that I want to be able to see. So I like having that stuff sitting there so I can keep an eye on it whenever I'm doing things. And so, like I say, it'd be nicer if that was a 27 or a 32, but all I got is a 22. So that's what's going to have to do for now, because I don't want to spend any more money on this because I'm trying to do other things. And whenever I was talking about those microphones that I'm going to be putting up there, basically what I want to do is I want to get rid of using my mixer, because my mixer takes a lot of room up on the table also. And I'm trying to get rid of my Wi-Fi from my computer. And so let's first talk about the microphones. The microphones, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a couple of inexpensive USB microphones. And there's a guy, Bander Scott. I watch his channel all the time. It's called Podcastage, and he talks a lot about microphones and how to get better sound on your systems, and he compares different microphones, and he does a podcast, so he does a lot of stuff like for that. But for him, the microphone being in front of his face and right there in the shot that's what he knows that's what he needs to do in order to do that, and he doesn't mind. Well, I'm trying to keep mine out of the shot, and so that you don't quite see it. So that's what I'm still trying to do that. So the two USB microphones that I'm trying are ones that I can keep basically out of the shot, and so I'll figure out which one's the better one. Well, actually, we will figure out which is the better one, and I'll get your guys' opinion on which one sounds better, and like, which one seems to do the job better, sounds better, and if you can see it or not. I know that doesn't. It's just the adjustment, but sometimes you can't adjust a microphone that's out of the shot close enough to your mouth that it stays out of the shot and gives you good sound. So you got to take that into consideration too. So I've got those coming from Amazon. Actually, that's been one of the big holdups. I've got quite a few things coming from Amazon, but of course everything's slow. So I have to wait, instead of 2 or 3 days, I have to wait 2 or 3 weeks, maybe a month to get it. I got some of this stuff ordered a week or so ago, and I think it is a week to a week and a half before I get all of what I ordered. There's a few things coming in next week, usually closer to the end of the week, and then there's some things coming in at the first of the week after. So hopefully in the first week of June, I'll have some of the stuff that I've ordered and have it like set up. Now, as for getting rid of the Wi-Fi, what I did was I put in a mesh system for Wi-Fi in the house, and this is the one I got. It's this one here. It's a D-Link, and it's COVR-C1213. And the reason why I picked that one is because it's a 3-unit system, and it covers up to 5,500 square feet, and it was only $169.99. Now this is Canadian prices. Okay, I don't know what they are in the States, and so it's probably $110, $120 for that in the States. But what I really like about this one is that you don't have to connect it to your phone, you don't have to connect it to your tablet or whatever device that you have in order to set the darn thing up. Because I don't like having all these crappy apps on my devices that ask for stupid permissions to do things that have nothing to do with what you're trying to do, and I'm just getting sick and tired of it. So the thing that I found out about this one was I can connect my computer to it, I can do all the install and then do the setup of it the way I want the setup done through a computer that's connected to a wire that's connected to the unit that is the router on it. So that's what I'm doing, and it took me a while. I only did it yesterday, so I can't give you that much information on it, but I can tell you that my house, I think I told you already, it was 971 square feet, but my router is like, say, here, and my computer for the studio is like down here. So it's like pretty much the farthest away that it can be, about 5 or 6 walls in between, or 2 hallways in order to get to the Wi-Fi to my computer. So it was either that or run cables, and I didn't want to do that because it would be more costly and a long time to get it done and a pain in the butt. So what I did was I got the mesh system, I put it in, set it up as best I could, and before I put the mesh system in, on a bad day I was getting around 20 megabits per second, and on a good day I was getting around 40 megabits per second. Now, coming into the house, in the living room, I get 350 megabits per second. So that's how much it has dropped down just to go that little distance. That's what it is. But because of the way this system is, I can put one in where the router is. It's got a shot directly into the hall, and I put another one in the hall because there's a 3, and then I put another one in this room, and so they're pretty much line of sight of one another, kind of like on like an angle like type thing, like that, like, because it's not quite straight, but it goes going kind of like this, and then like this, and whenever I hooked it up, at first it wasn't working right, but I had to do a bunch of firmware updates, and it took me a bit, but I got them done, and now I get up to 200 megabits per second in this room. So it's way better than what I had before, like way better, because most of the time I was getting about 26 to 28 megabits per second here. Now I get between about 160 to 200 megabits per second in this room. So, like I say, it's awesome. I'm going to make a whole video on that, explain what I did and how I've got it set up, because there's a lot to it. And whenever I make these videos, because I've been trying for a while, but they get so friggin' long because I'm trying to explain everything that I'm doing. A couple other things that I'm getting done is I've got parts coming in, with the parts that are coming in that are taking a while, to build my NAS that I want to do, network access storage. And so I've got that coming, and I got a story to tell on that one and why I bought what I bought, and I'll explain that to you then. And so kind of bought better stuff than what I needed, but I have a good reason for it. And then I've got another thing that I was doing too. Well, basically the setup of the room. I'll go through the setup of the studio after I've got it done the way I want it. Because right now, all I got is this table that's in front of me, a monitor is sitting there, the TV monitor is straight in front of me, a Wi-Fi antenna sitting on the desk that I'm not even using right now because I have it turned off because I have it hooked up to the mesh system, and which was pretty awesome the way that's working. And then I have, like I said, my monitor there. I've got my Apple iPad sitting there. The only reason why I have an Apple is so that I can use FaceTime, because my family is all on Apple, so trying to start using FaceTime again. My wife liked her Apple, so we bought her a new iPad, one of the 10.2 inch screen iPads. I think it's a 2019 model with 128 gigs of memory. The one I have's got like 16 gigs of memory, but I'm not doing much with it. And like I said, I'm playing games on it, and I talk to my family on it. And that's basically all I'm doing with it, because they have them. So, and it's much easier to do it this way. And then if my mom has a question for me, then I can look at mine, because she just got a new iPad also. She's got the 2017 model, if I'm not mistaken, with 128 gigs of memory. And she only got that, I think it was at Christmas time or something like that. And so she's liking that, because she kept running out of room, because she only had a 16 gig one before. See, I'm rambling. Okay, so we gotta stop doing that. Now, but like I said, so that's all the stuff that I've got on my desk, and of course this box. And so I got to get that stuff off there so that I can put computer stuff up here so I can show you what I'm working on. And oh, that's what it was. I still have the small business computers to build, and I got to do that very soon. So I'll probably use this way in order to build them. So I'll show you. I'll build one and show you what I'm doing, and then we'll kind of go from there. So that's basically all that I have for today. If I forgot anything, I'll tell you on the next video. So this one's just going to get cropped at both ends because the way the video is, and just going to be put out like this. So if you like the video, thumbs up. If you don't like the video, thumbs down. If you don't like the audio, just be nice. And keep social distancing. Stay safe. Be well. Thank you very much for watching and listening.